Social media is what we're debating next. Progressive celebrities are quitting Twitter after Elon Musk's takeover. But does it make more of a statement to stay and express different views or to go?
Oh my gosh, this is such a big question. The question is, they're making it seem like, celebrities and progressives can save Twitter. Right now, we're in a really unpredictable, and I would argue scary time with Twitter, because the company went from being a publicly traded company to now being privately owned. Elon Musk has to answer to virtually nobody. So, we are watching in real time as he is trying to figure out, what is this Twitter thing anyway? And why we're saying that is because he comes in there and says, it's gonna be free speech, free speech. Oh yes, oh wait. But then we're gonna have a content moderation panel, and no, of course you can't be racist and stuff like that. Oh, but hold on, I'm just gonna tweet a conspiracy theory about Nancy Pelosi's husband that is completely unfounded and hit post. So and then he takes it down. So, where's that moderation panel? We're watching a billionaire in real time in a space where, quite frankly, he has zero experience in. Mm-hmm. You or I could be the CEOs. He makes electric cars and rockets. I have no idea what gives him the credentials to be now monitoring and moderating a massive online and influential platform. So God bless celebrities, but we're in a much deeper hole than that with Twitter. And does he realize globally what Twitter represents? Only 1 in 5 users are from Canada or the US. That makes 4 out of 5 users international or outside of our continent. And its purpose and role in countries where they are fighting oppressive regimes like Iran or back in the day during the Arab Spring. Twitter was a lifeline to speaking truth to power. And does he understand that? So, I think this is a kid who is playing in a sandbox that is too big for him, and he does not know what he's doing. I'm scared.
But you know what? I almost feel like I hear you. I totally agree with you. But even describing him as a kid playing in a sandbox is too innocent. I actually think that this person is very sinister.
A little this?
Yeah. And also the sandbox is made of solid gold, and the sand is actually gold dust. This guy is a gazillionaire, and his takeover of this company is the biggest weird flex I have ever seen. I'm gonna own it, and I'm gonna do what I want, and then I'm gonna change my mind.
You sound like a toddler.
Yeah, exactly. Right? But that's what the behavior is like, and everyone is, suffering for it because. You know how easy it is to pile on all the ratioing and all the mean-spirited things that people say and how they come after people. It's just, it is a wilderness that I don't want to be a part of. I come to Twitter for the doom scrolling, but I stay for the self-righteousness.
Would you, right now, so you got a lot of celebrities saying, I'm done with it, I'm gonna go. Will this do anything? Because we saw this before, remember with the Facebook, everyone was like, I'm gonna leave because I'm mad at Zuckerberg, but no one really left, although their stocks have plummeted.
I think people have left. When's the last time you used it?
I don't use it. I don't use Twitter either.
Well.
I've taken Twitter off my phone so that if I really need to go on it, I have to, it's a pain. So I really try to avoid it because it became a dumping ground.
Sure.
It became a cesspool.
Well, it depends on, for me and my 6,359 followers, I know they would be crushed if I suddenly went MIA. So I'm staying for all of you, okay? I got you back.
I think one of the problems is that now he's kind of like what you were pointing out, Mel. He's saying it's going to be a free-for-all, and yet then he all of a sudden is like, no, advertisers, we do need you, I think. But then I think there was one tweet earlier on where he was like, we don't need you advertisers, but he had to walk that back because he did his research afterwards, realizing that 90% of the money on Twitter comes from advertisers. So now he's starting to float these ideas, which he's hinting at. Like, for example, verified users would have to pay a monthly fee. You guys have heard some of this, right? I don't know.
20 bucks.
20 bucks a month. I'm out. I don't care at all about that. But if he's starting to float this idea of making people pay for the service, how many people do you think are going to pay for that service?
Nobody.
Well, it depends. For us, we all have blue check marks, and I think it's a waste of my money. But
you didn't pay for it.
What's Kim Kardashian going to do at $20 a month? That's the thing.
But to play devil's advocate, advocate, if he takes the advertising away, then suddenly I don't have to look at those gross earwax commercials anymore. Or wonder how to deal with my crepe paper skin after 75. Come on, where am I going to get that info?
He's not going to take away. I mean, because
He's
then
not,
you would have
then
to.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
I think,
Will it work though?
Will it work?
Will what work?
Leaving.
Yeah, leaving.
Like, how many people? First of all, how many people are going to leave after they say they're going to leave? Just
Well,
like
here's
I
the
raised
thing.
the Spotify example
Sure.
recently.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I would leave, but I don't think me leaving makes a massive dent on anything other than the fact that I would feel for, like I said, the other countries where this truly is, it represents something different. It's for them not just a toilet hole to make fun of people. It actually is a real strong political tool.
Protest.
And for that, I feel terrible. But just because someone is a billionaire, it doesn't mean they're the smartest person in the room. And I'm so sick of us thinking that. And I feel like the only way he's going to smarten up is because we were talking about this earlier. Twitter as a whole, while there's about 400 million active users, we don't know how many are real or not, but we're going to go with the working number of 400 million. The question is that share compared to the TikToks of the world or the Instagrams is actually really small, and it's actually getting smaller. So I think a billionaire, maybe the only way a little toddler learns his lesson is when he loses all his money and investment. So bye-bye 44 billion.
Well, he already lost 100 billion in this whole transaction, my understanding.
Imagine losing that, but like
100
not
billion.
worrying about. I mean, he still can pay for all his homes and his cars and his. How many
Willie's-
children?
yeah, this is pocket
Like
change.
lots of children.
Right.
Here, I will say this. Like, I agree with you. It's on the downslope anyway. And what happened with Twitter is what happened with Facebook. And, there were political movements that were, helped by Facebook. And then people went to Twitter. So there will be another social media platform. But I also think, and not to sound old lady, but I also think that these social media platforms are so successful is because, like, we're lazy. Twitter came about because we could only read, like, 10 words at a time. I can only know this story in 10 words. If it's too long, didn't read. And I feel like, we're just talking about education at the beginning of this day. Why can't we go back to the time when we got our information from articles and people who write?
Yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about. No. So if you're gonna cancel Twitter for all the energy that people today are like, cancel Twitter, can you then subscribe the $20 a month to actually outlets that are out there with real journalists writing long-form pieces, informing you about things in the world? Will you please do that? Because if not, we're dead. Sorry.
Sounds like there's a market for a female-driven with 4 competent CEOs to come up with their own social media platform. Hey, everybody, join us on Snatch. Lots of dances, cat videos. It's the new Twitter. It's the new Twitter. It's like Twitter, but it's better. It's got articles.
Like, how would you function? Like, what would you call harding something on Snap?
Oh, stop. Just stop.
Everything needs to stop
now. It's
First
going to
of
go
all,
down a bad
we should
hole.
shut this down and actually trademark this idea. So everybody just hold tight. Just hold tight. We're going to take a very quick break. To Snatch! To Snatch! We'll be back right after this. We'll be back.
Instead of retweeting, you Snatch.
Hey there, wasn't that great? Do you know where you can find some equally good content? Our YouTube page. It's filled with discussions, debates, and some laughs. Head there now, like and subscribe.